In episode 7 of Daredevil Born Again Season 2, the conflict becomes more personal. Matt, Karen, and Fisk are making choices that will define what happens next, and those choices start to push them further apart. The violence from the previous episode is still fresh, but now the focus shifts to consequences and strategy. The episode is about different types of control: legal, emotional, and personal. The episode opens with the aftermath outside City Hall. The streets are empty, but the signs of what happened are still there. Blood, candles, and personal items show the impact of what happened. Matt moves through the city as Daredevil, listening carefully. This is important because he isn't fighting here. He's trying to understand how people are reacting and what the situation looks like now. This moment shows that the city itself matters. It becomes a kind of signal, and Matt is trying to read it. In custody, Karen comes face to face with Wilson Fisk. This scene is built entirely on words, but it carries as much weight as any fight. Fisk frames Karen as the problem. To him, she represents disorder, rebellion, and everything that threatens his system. He talks about order, but the way he uses that word reveals something important. For Fisk, order doesn't mean fairness. It means control. Karen refuses to accept that framing. When she tells him she sees fear in him, it breaks his composure for a moment. His reaction, grabbing her by the throat, proves her point. His version of order is enforced through fear, not stability. Fisk builds a version of reality where he defines what order means. Karen challenges that by simply refusing to accept it. The return of Jessica Jones continues to expand the story beyond Fisk's direct control. Her confrontation with Charles introduces something new. Fisk isn't the only threat. The idea that Governor McCaffrey could be targeted shows that this conflict is moving into a higher level. It's no longer just about one man controlling a city. It's about protecting or removing the few people who can challenge that control. Jessica's role is also very grounded. She's not there to stay. She has her own life, her own responsibilities, especially her daughter. This keeps her perspective different from Matt's. She's willing to act, but she also knows when to step away. When Matt releases Bullseye, it's one of the most important decisions in the episode. He's not forgiving him. He makes that clear. He still hates him for what he did to Foggy. But Matt understands something else. Sometimes stopping something bigger requires using something dangerous. Matt is giving Bullseye a chance to do one good thing, not necessarily to become a good person. That distinction matters. Matt's choices are becoming more complicated. He's not abandoning his beliefs, but he is bending how he applies them.
He's different. I don't know what's going on in his mind, but he's scheming and he's planning and he's way the hell out of us. I just don't think we can run.
Yeah. Because he's losing the city and he knows it.
When Matt and Karen reunite, the emotional tension is immediate. They're relieved to see each other, but the situation therein makes it clear how much has changed between them. Matt suggests that stopping Fisk might require him to step out of hiding and take a more direct role, including helping Karen publicly in court. Karen immediately rejects this idea, not because she disagrees with the fight against Fisk, but because she cares about Matt and doesn't want him putting himself in more danger. This shows a shift in their relationship. They're still on the same side, but Karen is now more focused on protecting Matt, while Matt is willing to expose himself more if it helps the case against Fisk. The kiss does not resolve their conflict. It simply shows that their connection is still there, even though their situation and priorities are starting to pull them in different directions. The courtroom becomes the main focus of the episode. Instead of physical conflict, the arguments are about how things are defined. What counts as a vigilante and what counts as justice? When Matt returns publicly, it's a major shift. He's no longer hiding. He's choosing to fight Fisk in the open, using the system instead of avoiding it. Kirsten's argument reframes the entire situation. A vigilante isn't just someone who breaks the law. It can also be someone acting when the system fails. This challenges Fisk's narrative. By questioning Powell and exposing the task force, Matt and Kirsten turn the system against itself. They show that the rules Fisk created don't hold up under scrutiny. This shows how the same system Fisk uses for control can also expose him. As the trial unfolds, Governor McCaffrey finally acts. She sees that the situation has reached a point where it can't be ignored anymore. Her decision to move forward with suspension shows that the system still has the ability to correct itself, at least to some extent. But the immediate assassination attempt proves how fragile that correction is. When Bullseye saves the governor, it completes what Matt asked of him. This moment is important because it shows that even someone like Bullseye is capable of doing something good, but it doesn't erase anything he has done before. The show makes it clear that change isn't simple. A single decision can matter, but it doesn't define everything.
Jesus. Matt really hurt you, didn't he? Enough that you'd run to them to feel safe. Please. Look, I get it. I'm so sorry. Beating me.
The scene between Karen and Heather Glenn is intense. Heather tries to break Karen by using her past against her. Instead of reacting emotionally, Karen holds her ground. She allows Heather to lose control, which reveals more about Heather than it does about her. This scene shows a different kind of strength. Karen can't fight back because she's in handcuffs, but she can fight back verbally. She's enduring and exposing the weakness in the person attacking her. The episode ends with several quiet moments. Matt prays alone. Karen lies awake in her cell, and Fisk sits with his grief. Jessica returns, suggesting the fight isn't over. These moments are important because they show isolation. Even though all these characters are connected, they're facing their struggles alone. Daniel's storyline might seem small compared to everything else happening, but it actually says a lot about how Fisk's system really works on the inside. It shows that the danger isn't just for enemies like Matt or Karen. It also exists for the people working within the system. From the beginning, Daniel is positioned as someone who isn't fully comfortable with what is happening. He's involved, he follows orders, but he's not as committed or as controlled as someone like Buck. That difference becomes important once suspicion enters the picture. In a system built on secrecy and control, hesitation is seen as a threat. When Daniel tells BB to disappear, it's a clear turning point. This isn't just a small act of kindness. It's an act of defiance. He's choosing to protect someone instead of protecting the system. In doing so, he places himself directly in danger, even if he doesn't fully realize it yet. Buck represents the opposite of Daniel. He's calm, efficient, and completely loyal to Fisk. He doesn't question orders, and more importantly, he doesn't hesitate. When he tests Daniel, it's not just about finding out the truth. It's about confirming whether Daniel can still be trusted. Daniel's fate shows how control is maintained internally. It's not just about rules or structure. It's about fear. People follow orders not only because they believe in them, but because they know what happens if they don't. Buck beating Daniel isn't just punishment. It's a message. It shows what happens when someone steps out of line, even slightly. The final moment, where Buck shoots Daniel after hesitating, is important because of that hesitation. For a brief second, it looks like there might be another outcome. But in the end, he shoots Daniel. Episode 7 shows that the fight is no longer just happening in the streets. It's happening in courtrooms, conversations, and decisions. Matt begins to step into the light, choosing to fight openly. Karen becomes a symbol of resistance, even while being targeted. Fisk, meanwhile, is losing control, but becoming more dangerous because of it. The episode also reinforces a key idea. Systems don't collapse all at once. They are challenged piece by piece, through truth, through resistance, and through people willing to stand against them. By the end, the direction is clear. This is no longer just about stopping Fisk. It's about deciding what kind of system will replace his, and what each person is willing to do to make that happen. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.